by. We're about to roll.
Super
Here
ready, excited for the day. It's going to be an amazing day. Back to
Yeah,
this.
bottle.
We need more Philly. Gather two. Best show ever in Well, howdy ho and welcome everybody.
Happy Wednesday.
Yes, it is Wednesday, October 9th at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm not going to go through all the time zones.
But it is the time that it is now.
It is. My name is Erinn.
My name is Dan.
And we are Erinn and Dan.
And this is Erinn and Dan.
But it's live.
You love and hate about Erinn and Dan, but it is live.
Yes.
Meaning.
It's happening now. And if you comment, just like Dickie Spees did, hello. And thank you. It was our anniversary. This week we've been married for one whole year.
Yeah.
And nothing has changed.
Seems like 30.
Wait, no, that's not the way it's supposed to go. You're supposed to say like, it seems like yesterday.
It seems like only yesterday.
It seems like, it
I
does
was
seem.
fancy free and single and killing it with the ladies.
Were you?
No.
I feel like you could have killed it. You killed it. You had your killing time, didn't you?
There was a time for all seasons.
Yeah.
Or something that
Everything
God
has
said.
its season. God said there should be a time for all seasons. We're great, Hannah. How are you?
Man, I wish I had my little censor button because I had so many jokes I just couldn't say without it just now.
You know why he doesn't have his censor button? We are not currently in our studio, are we, Dan?
No, we're not. We are on the road.
We are
1 week into our, 8-week tour with Letters from Home right now. We are coming from my parents' house in Burnsville, Minnesota. It just so happened to work out, and here we are.
Yes, we got here just a few moments ago, but we are on tour with Letters from Home, and we've had a really great season so far. Thank you, Jerry. It's been a really, really fun time. Like I've been like very, I've been very overwhelmed at how awesome this tour has been. We are in the great state of Minnesota, Care.
We spent a lot of time in Iowa, which explains the overwhelmedness.
So true. Can I tell you though, Iowa is great. And here is why. When Dan and I were talking about getting married eons ago, before he even proposed, we were talking about honeymooning in Iowa because all you need are the people that you love to enjoy things.
That is true.
But we had a great time in Iowa, did we not?
We renewed our vows.
Yes.
We saw a movie. We hit up one of our old ship squatting spots.
Yeah.
What else did we do? We stayed in a DoubleTree hotel and had a lovely time.
We went to an ice cave.
We went to a Quick Start gas station and ate gas station quick chicken tenders. I mean, what else?
Gas station chicken tenders.
What is it? Hey, Carrie, some of us are doing shows and don't know makeup wipes. Okay? And sometimes we just need a little something to make it pop.
You know what's funny? That is funny you say that. Dan was actually telling me, he was like, I don't know how to get eyeliner off, and the only way is makeup wipes.
Well, and I've always, my whole life has had struggle. I get everything else off, and then the eyeliner stays for a day. You always know if I'm doing a show because I walk around looking like a raccoon.
He does.
Well, happy
it was
early
worse
anniversary,
when he was pilot.
Hannah.
Yes, happy early anniversary. That's so exciting.
Y'all, today is National Pizza and Beer Day.
It certainly is. It is actually, it's International Pizza and Beer Day, which is better than National Pizza and Beer Day, if you ask me.
I didn't.
And what that means is we are going to toast right now. Go ahead and comment what you are drinking this evening in the comments. We'll feature it now as we prepare for our toast.
Because our guest is talking about wanting a rocket bomb pop from the green room. And our guest, by the way, today is going to crush 6 of these in his half-hour platform on here. And we'll let him talk more about that later on. You're going to love him.
Yes.
But for now,
to Erinn, or you want me to make the toast?
I want you to make the toast to Erinn.
Okay. Wait, you want me to make a toast to myself?
Yes, I want you to be self-absorbed and toast to yourself.
I can't do that, but what I can do is say, all right, here is to Erinn's friends. Here's to Erinn's family. Here is to a freshly cracked beer. And here is to you for tuning in on a Wednesday night on this lovely day. We have a great following tonight, and I'm really happy to see all of you. And make sure you comment, because my favorite part of this is getting to interact with friends, especially when we're on the road. So here's to all of you.
Clink. All right. Did you like it?
Well,
Did you like it?
you know.
You notice I didn't sip it because these expired in 2021 in May.
Oh, darling.
So here we are.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Oh.
How we doing?
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that it soured so much. I've had bad wine.
Now this is an IPA too, so it's extra,
God.
This is actually one of my favorite IPAs. It's from Modest Brewing in Minneapolis. It's called the
Dream Yard
IPA. It's an hazy IPA, and it's very delicious, as you can see.
It really usually is.
New England style IPA.
That's interesting.
The reason that we're not doing unexpired beers, we're actually not going to drink these beers because
we're bad.
We're about to do six shows in 6 days plus a student matinee.
Yeah.
In the next 6 days,
and we're driving about 4 to 5 to 6 hours in between each show.
That's why we got Luke here, who you'll meet later, who's going to drink all beer for us.
He is going to crush it all. But this tour has been so much fun. We've added a lot of what?
It also is not just about the beer.
Of course, it's
also
not.
About the pizza.
It is.
And in lieu of pizza today, we have brought my mother's world famous
pizza bread
recipe.
Oh my gosh, this is going to crush the rest of my calories for the night, and it's going to be worth every bite. Here we go. Oh my God, that is absolutely epic. You know,
the only reason I come home.
One of the first things I ever learned about your mom was her pizza bread. She said, I make epic pizza bread, and all of Dan's friends love it.
It's true.
And it's
She's
true.
known for her spicy pretzels and her pizza bread. It's the circles I grew up with.
But the pizza bread is epic. So happy International Pizza and Beer Day to all of you.
Now, you were saying, and I'm sorry.
Skip Lovett is drinking a Wicked Weed IPA.
Good choices. A lot of sours and IPAs, and we are drinking a sour IPA.
And it's very sour because it's not good. But it was at one point.
It's a family heirloom, and the only way to have it is to come
and marry into the family
and make love to Terry Beckman.
I just can't believe you said that.
Why?
But I can.
I was going to say.
I'm surprised I didn't hear her hooting from the other room.
I don't know if she's watching. She's probably got better things to do.
Probably. Man, this is good pizza bread. Ladies and gentlemen, this road trip has been so much fun. We started out in Ely, Minnesota, where we did a great show for their concert association. And then we headed on to Canton, Illinois, which was a very, very long jaunt, but super duper fun. We've had some really great audiences, and I can't tell you how warm I feel about the show. I know that sounds silly, but like we were about to tour the show during election season, and we were both a little nervous about it just because it's patriotic, not political, because politics and patriotism are not the same thing.
You talked about America. People will assign their own values and politics to whatever you're saying. So we make a very big point to be apolitical.
Yeah.
And the show centers on themes of unity, not division. So hopefully this is a really good time to do this. Hopefully we're also going to be doing shows literally the day after election results. So send help.
You know what? It's going to be great though, because I genuinely think, and now that we stopped in Portland, Oregon, and we stopped in the middle of Texas, and they were well received in different ways. And I just think that this show really does show up you that we are more united than divided. We just are. And we see it with our own eyes. We see it everywhere we go. So off my soapbox, because that's not what we're here to talk about tonight.
Well, it was a nice soapbox.
It was a nice soapbox.
You look great on it.
Well, thanks. That's very nice of you to say. It is now time for the Dan Beckman Photography Picture of the Week. It is this picture right here. One of my favorite photographs of myself, actually.
See, I knew you'd bring it back to yourself, just like the toast.
Yeah, Dan, tell everybody about this.
This is in one of my favorite places in northern Minnesota, just outside of Ely, where we did our first show this tour, the Boundary Waters. Erinn and I were wandering around late at night in a moonless evening, and this is her and our little dog, Emmy, on a fishing dock, looking up at the sky.
And what I love,
improvised photo.
I absolutely love that Dan captures the stars the way that he does, because he genuinely is so good at astrophotography.
That's right, Bruce.
He's won 2 awards and he's the best. He genuinely, I love the way that he stands outside, and sometimes we're out in the bitter cold taking these pictures for a very long time, and it's awesome. It's so much fun to see what comes out.
Well, feel like the starriest nights are the coldest.
Maybe.
I don't know if it's got something to do with atmospheric moisture, barometric, astrological, magnetic pole, NASA.
NASA.
But that's how it seems to me.
It could be. It could have to do with NASA. Kim, yes, I agree with you. Everyone should buy his book, which is available on danbeckmanphotography.com. When we were touring all 50 United States last year, Dan took one photograph in each of the states. And Myra Miller Photography published a beautiful,
Not photography.
beautiful, I don't know why I said photography. Miller Publishing published a beautiful book of his photos.
And if we sell
you should get it.
If we sell just 100 or 200 more books,
We'll break even.
We will break even.
It's a true statement.
Yeah.
True statement. So help us out.
Dream middle.
Dreaming middle is important. I have been learning this year.
Oh, yes, you have.
I decided at the beginning of the year that I was going to learn a new fact, a new thing each and every day. And here's what I've learned this week. Starting off on October 1st, I learned this. I know, right? Just even seeing this is cool. I think I knew this. So for my mother who is watching, if I learned this when you homeschooled me, forgive me. But I relearned that our solar system has a wall. It's called the heliopause. Did you know this?
Heliopause?
Yeah, Heliopause. I think it's pronounced heliopause. Anyway, it's the region of space in which solar wind isn't hot enough to push back the wind particles coming from the distant stars, and it's considered a boundary wall of the solar system and interstellar space. Isn't that cool?
I have always tuned you out, but never so hard. That was a lot of words.
He just tuned me out on space. You love space.
Next.
Okay,
No,
next.
that's very cool. I didn't understand a word of it though.
Okay, on October 2nd, this is more your speed than Dan.
Oh,
On October 2nd, I realized that I learned that your signature reveals your personality traits. They did a major study in 2016. Among men, a larger signature correlates with a higher social bravado.
Okay, now you're just trying to put big words in
I was.
Here.
You caught me.
And you mispronounced half
You caught
of
me.
them.
I did. And then with women,
Wait, say that again. A
a
larger signature.
social bravado.
Okay.
That's the one. And number two, for women, a bigger signature usually correlates with narcissistic traits, which I find interesting. So,
especially considering how small your signature is.
Mine is small. On October 3rd, this is also cool. I learned that there might be a cure for evil. Well, psychopathy. Anyway, so psychologists argue that the aspects of psychology can be cured by cognitive behavioral therapy. So,
You mean the aspects of psychopathy?
yes, what did I say?
You're just saying a lot of words that are very, very difficult.
I'm a big girl.
And we love you.
And I can say big words. Yeah. So anyway, there's all of this research that says that computer-based cognitive training can help a psychopath experience empathy and regret too.
Interesting.
Isn't that beautiful?
Strap me in because I need to.
You don't need that.
I don't know.
But isn't it cool? Just like, you hear about people that supposedly have no empathy and have none of this. And like, if they could actually do this and they could like put them back into society instead of just walking
they're
them
in
up.
society. In fact, most of them are running society.
Okay.
Hey, look at this. A lot of people after the book. Thank
Woo!
you for that, everybody.
We love you guys.
We are selling you on tour.
Yes.
Thank you. It's the talk of the town.
It is the talk of the town. This is yesterday's eyeliner from the show. So if you guys missed the show in Canton yesterday, you're seeing half of it on Dan's face.
It is bad luck to bathe. Ever.
It is.
Next.
Okay, this is cool too. October 4th, I learned that this is crazy. If the Earth doubled in size, the trees would immediately fall over.
Because of the gravitation?
Yeah, it's because surface gravity would be doubled. And then also it would mean that dogs and larger animals would not be able to run without breaking their legs.
I also feel like there's a lot more nuance to that because I think if
of
the Earth
course,
was doubled in size, a lot of things would go wrong, and none of the trees and dogs wouldn't exist in the first place.
Well, I mean, no, I mean like right now, it doubled in size. We couldn't run without breaking our legs.
I feel like if the Earth doubled in size, it would break us. I mean, how fast is it going to happen?
Well, I don't think it's going to happen.
This is
a as if.
As if.
As if the Earth would double in size. I thought it was cool. I did mean what if.
I'm gonna wrap this up.
I drank some bad beer, just one little sip, and since then, October 5th, I learned that pine trees can tell if it's about to rain. You're gonna love this.
Okay.
So the next time you see a pine cone, take a close look.
Okay.
If it's closed, it's because the air is humid, which can indicate that rain is on its way. And then when it's opened, it means you're good to go.
Very
so
cool.
if you see a big, beautiful, bushy pine tree, just
We're good.
put out the sound equipment and know that it is not going to be haltered by the rain.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Haltered.
October 6th, I learned that murder rates rise in the summer.
Well, that makes sense. Who wants to go out stabbing in the cold?
Yeah, they say that like if you ever feel like you're in a bad mood in the summertime, well, killers do too. Violent crime goes up in hotter weather, and U.S. murder rates raise by 2.7%.
I love how you said, like the old saying, you ever feel like you're in a bad mood in the summertime?
I mean, it makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. Makes sense to me.
Go.
Okay, on October 7th,
Ooh.
Look at how pretty this is.
It's pretty.
I learned that glass sponges can live for 15,000 years.
Really?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, not as crazy as the immortal jellyfish, which can live forever.
Yeah, we learned about that earlier.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I learned about it, and then when I showed you, you said, I already knew that.
I didn't realize that was on your... That's cool.
I learned about
Cool,
that.
then we have a record of it. So,
Yeah.
Like, no one call us liars.
Exactly. Yeah, so they could theoretically live forever than immortal jellyfish.
Cool.
Now, the last thing I learned was yesterday. And in fact, it wasn't yesterday. It was actually today. I learned it from my friend Monica, who's watching tonight. So guys, do you know what these are? I bet you do, because they look like...
Kidney stones.
They look like a famous candy.
Yeah.
Anybody know what those are?
You Ohioans should know, not Iowans.
Yes, because Iowa is the Hawkeye state, but Ohio is the...
I think you should tell them.
Okay, it's the Buckeye state. And those are Buckeyes right there. Buckeyes are cute little nuts.
Cute little nuts.
Yep.
Jeered they at me all through high school.
And a Hawkeye is also a nickname for a person who is native to Iowa. It doesn't have to do with the actual Hawkeyes. So what's interesting about that is I was making Hawkeyes.
Be careful.
I don't think we can. Is there such a thing as hawk face?
Let's find out in our next segment.
Anyway, that's what I learned this week on Erinn's
great
Week
job.
of Learning.
I love it.
I like to learn. I've learned too many things this year.
That can't be.
My brain is about to explode.
That can't be.
My hair is getting blonder. With every fact I learn,
So,
I get more cuticles of blonde hair.
cuticles. Case in point.
I'll learn about them next week.
Case in point. You have a lot of space on there this year.
A lot. Do I?
You did.
Oh, that's great.
What'd you think?
Yeah, I guess so. You know why?
Why?
Probably my algorithm. They're like, did you know? And then once I find something interesting about space, they're like, here's some more. Have y'all experienced any of that? I swear I can be talking about something that I haven't talked about in ages, like DreamYard beer. And then 5 minutes later on my algorithm, an ad for DreamYard beer comes up.
It makes sense to me when you're scrolling around and looking at things on the internet. It does not make sense to me. I mean, it makes sense to me, but it offends me that I could say, like, if I say DreamYard IPA, India Pale Ale, beer, lots of beer, local craft breweries.
Here it comes.
See what happens on the phone now.
Yep. The other strange thing to me is the most bizarre thing is there's this new meme format. Well, it's not new, but there's a post and then they're like, why do pictures like this never trend? Hashtag Scarlett Johansson.
Beautiful cabin crew.
Isn't that weird?
Scarlett Johansson.
Hey, Bob.
And it's supporting the dead internet theory, which, if you don't know, is an old theory that becomes closer to the truth every day. And if you don't know, I'm not going to tell you.
Well, you should tell them.
Okay.
What's the theory?
The idea is that, like, the internet is pretty much a large vacuous void where there's very little actual human interaction, and almost everything is just an assembly made by AI. And this was kind of a theory way back before that started to look very true.
Isn't that scary?
Because now I'm pretty sure that it's just hard to tell what's real anymore.
You know what my favorite thing to do in AI is if you go to the Meta search engine and you say imagine, and then you type pretty much anything you want, it will create a picture for you like that. I was with my mom and I said, hey, Meta, imagine Minions playing pickleball. And poop, it made this thing of Minions playing pickleball, and it was awesome.
If you mess around with AI art, it's not very profound comparatively.
But it's crazy.
Yeah. Like what Mid-Journey is the big one, I guess. It's no Mid-Journey.
I just think about how I used to have to, like, not that long ago. Like,
who knows? I don't know. What is the difference between what is real and what is artificial? What does it take to be real?
That's so true.
What intelligence must be real?
Are
we all extensions of some cellular function?
We are, and that's what's so crazy.
So we're gonna go to bed now.
Speaking of cellular functions.
Yes.
I am so bloody excited to introduce to you this week's guest, because this is a great friend of ours that we got to meet along the Mississippi River.
Yes, this is our friend Luke, who is originally from Phoenix but grew up in Wichita. He's been bartending for about 9 years now, including on the American Duchess, which is where we met.
That's right.
Where he met us while we were singing up and down the Mississippi. He's a dual citizen, which I didn't know that, so I'm going to have to ask him about that.
Right.
A lover of life, and has been known to get more beads at Mardi Gras than any other man.
That's so true.
Please welcome, with all of your beautiful fingers, hands, heads, shoulders, knees, and toes, the one, the only, Luke Oleson.
Woo! Hello, Luke.
Woo! I'm in. Hey, guys.
Hey, what's going on, dude?
Good to see you.
It's beer day. Well, beer.
Yes.
I already ate my beer. Ate my pizza, so I don't have an empty stomach to drink beer.
Okay,
Woo!
and you're gonna drink how many beers right now?
I got my beer belt.
Oh my gosh, you are the coolest I have ever seen. Look at that.
And I'm gonna crush a 6-pack of Wichita's very own Wichita Brewing Company Oztoberfest.
Ah, yeah.
Beautiful.
Tis the season.
Tis the season. Plus, play on words instead of Oktoberfest. Oztoberfest because Kansas. So
yes,
nice.
Very. Frank M. Baum would be proud were he not so dead.
I agree. So we have our beer counter here right now. It is currently at 0, but we know that you can do it, Luke. We have so much faith in you.
I believe in me.
That's a good thing
Don't
to do.
I'm a professional.
Good.
Yeah, that is also true. Any of you children watching, keep it to 3 or 4 beers.
Exactly.
Luke, I didn't know you had dual citizenship.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I didn't do anything for it. I was just kind of born into it. So
Where? From where?
Born in Phoenix, American father. My mother's from Liverpool. So
Very cool.
So the cool thing about citizenship laws from the UK is that it's not where you're born, it's who you're born to. So if you have a parent that is a British citizen, you are by proxy also a British citizen, no matter where you're born. So
very cool.
Very cool.
Nice to know. I love that. And also, you were just over in the UK smashing up some beers, weren't you?
Yeah. I just spent almost all of September over there visiting family. I got a bunch of cousins, and I stayed with who I call my favorite uncle, who lives in southwest London, pretty close to Wimbledon, actually.
Oh, cool.
It was a lot of planes, trains, and automobiles. Went all over the country. It was a blast.
But were you also in Barcelona, or are you just repping the sportswear?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I got this in Barcelona. That was also my favorite uncle's doing. He was like, "Oh, I just booked us some flights to Spain. Where you want to go?" And I was like,
I can see why he's your favorite.
I know, right? He was like, "Pick a city," and I was like, I don't know. Madrid sounded cool, but I was like, let's go to somewhere with a beach. So Barcelona. And then my cousin booked us a tour at the football stadium for Barcelona. And of course, like everywhere else, they have a gift shop. So I'm looking, and the cheapest jerseys they have are like 130, 140 euros, which is just like insane. So I was like, not worth it.
Yeah.
We finished the tour, past the gift shop, get out of the stadium. There's just a whole line of like bootleg shops. They're like 25 euros, and I was like, deal.
Done. Isn't that more special than official merchandise anyway?
So true.
Yeah. I mean, who needs real Gucci when you get the fake one for way cheaper? Like
Exactly, with flaws unique only to that product.
Bingo.
And then if something happens to it, you don't feel like you're a disappointment to everyone that's ever known you.
Jeez. Do you want to unpack this?
I'm just saying.
Oh, I should plug my mic in.
Oh, no. Has it been unplugged this whole time?
I guess so.
I probably sound so much better than you.
How's that?
Ooh.
What do you think of that?
I think that is better.
Wow. Look at us go.
Now you know.
Very cool.
It's because he went to go get me pizza bread. I stayed plugged in.
I'm a martyr.
He did not. Yeah.
Luke, we met you on the riverboat. It's been 2 years now.
2 years. That's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Oh.
We were just in Dubuque. You remember Dubuque?
I do remember Dubuque. Yes.
Did you ever go to the coffee pub, Monks?
You'd remember it if you went, because it's this adorable little place, and it's like half coffee shop, half bar, and it's like it's a good little hike from the boat. I would say it was far enough where you could like have a drink and the passengers wouldn't see you.
Oh, smart. Like walking distance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what isn't when you live on the boat, I guess.
True, yeah. Walking distance is always ideal.
But yeah, we stopped there. It was super fun. Got a
coffee or both.
We actually I got myself a Mexican hot chocolate, and Dan spilled an espresso all over himself.
I'll be honest. This tastes pretty much like it's supposed to.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I just don't like
So
it.
I don't know what all your fuss was about. She doesn't like Citra hops.
Oh, that's a bummer. Well, more for you, I guess.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There you go. My favorite kind of beers are the dark stouts or the amber ales.
Ooh, I do like a good coffee stout.
Yes.
Well, we just had a friend give us their coffee stout because they're big Scotch drinkers, and they entered this raffle to win local scotches, and then there was one raffle ticket prize that was this coffee stout, and they literally went, "Hope we don't win that," and then they did.
Your game, I guess, huh?
I guess so. Yeah.
Exactly. Luke.
Is that your first one? Look at that. There he goes.
Is that one down?
Number one. Yes.
Woo!
Okay.
One beer down.
And you're on pace because I think it's been maybe 4 minutes.
All right, good.
Ladies and gentlemen, you best be showing Luke some love in the comments.
Wendy Stickler, friend of the show, friend of the boat.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Y'all, you gotta...
is Wendy. Yeah, I felt bad for that Super Bowl, but not too bad.
Y'all got to cheer him on. 6 beers in 30 minutes is a lot for your liver to handle, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
I think you got it. I have faith. I have faith because I've seen your behavior at Mardi Gras.
Yeah, I have. Cool. Fun fact. I thought I was going to get the most beads at Mardi Gras, and I think I was close, but Luke definitely outdid me.
That's right. I remember in the French Quarter, there were a couple guys up on a balcony.
Yep.
With the beaded bra, I think it was.
Yep.
Beaded bra. And we all initially thought that they were, looking at Erinn. And then they started pointing at me. They're like, "No, you show us your ass." I was like, well, yeah.
Okay.
And as I recall, I too showed them my ass, and they told me to get out of the way so they could see Luke's.
Pretty much.
So Mardi Gras started strong and ended a little sad for me, but I was happy for you. You know what I mean?
And we made it back to the boat in time. I think we had 2 minutes left on crew curfew.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, if you've worked on ships before, it was not the best thing ever because usually if there's overnights you stay out as late as you want, but there was crew curfew at 1.
We always had a 1 a.m. Well, sometimes it was even earlier.
It was 1 was the norm, but sometimes if they wanted to be a little bit more strict, they would cut it back to midnight, I think.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Which was always funny to see the crew being like, "Oh, I gotta go. I gotta get back to work." And so they'd be smashing shots on the way. I was like, "Oh, if only you could just stay out a little bit later. You probably wouldn't be as drunk tomorrow."
I was always right under the wire too. If it was 1 a.m. curfew, it was always 12:57.
Yeah.
And speaking of curfew, here's the man that was watching us.
That's
Chris
hilarious.
Kelso.
Chris!
Chris
with a K!
Oh.
Here, this is the man responsible for managing the zoo of tumbling drunks as we paraded back on the boat.
So true. Oh, that's so funny.
Oh, good times.
So I wanted to ask you, Luke, as it is Pizza and Beer Day, first of all, what's your drink of choice?
Yes.
Beer-wise?
Just in general first.
In general first? Okay. I do like a good dry red wine.
Really?
Yeah, Malbec is like my favorite, my go-to.
Good choice.
That's why Argentina is definitely on my to-do list.
Wow.
And then obviously for Beer Day, I got an Oktoberfest because 'tis the season, but actually my favorite is probably not the New England style, but the West Coast style IPA.
Okay.
That is, I like to say I like my beer the way I like my women, cold and bitter. So
Well, you're in the right place.
yeah, perfect. Citrusy and hoppy. And then when it comes to spirits, I'm actually a whiskey guy, which was a lot of fun when the boat would stop in Kentucky. Got to do some distillery touring there. Other than bourbon whiskey, I also love a good Scotch whiskey.
Okay.
Same.
I got to do some Scotch tasting in Edinburgh last month, which was a blast.
No doubt. What was your highlight? If you had to send one person in Edinburgh to get a Scotch, what would it be?
Good question.
Edinburgh has an excellent, I'm normally more of a single malt guy, but Edinburgh has an excellent satellite distillery from Johnny Walker, which makes excellent blends.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So I would say go to the Johnny Walker experience and you'll have a great time.
Cool.
That sounds great.
I love it.
Have you ever done the Kentucky Bourbon Trail?
I have not yet. That's on the to-do list.
Yeah.
I mean, all the stops we made, particularly in Louisville, it kind of feels like I'm like halfway there anyway.
Yeah.
But,
So true.
so I actually, my older brother, who's not too far from your other home in Winston-Salem, he's out west by Asheville.
Oh no.
How's he doing?
Oh no, is right. He's actually doing pretty good. He's a really well prepared guy.
Okay.
He's not in the city of Asheville. He's outside, kind of like up in the mountains. He's a bit more reclusive, and so he's loaded with like canned goods and generators and enough ammo to take on a small army. So he'll be fine.
Nice.
But he said, "Oh, we should do a road trip through the Bourbon Trail," and I think that sounds like a great time.
Yeah, I think you should, and do it now.
Yeah.
Don't wait. Don't hesitate.
Right.
You've got a real actual Scotsman supporting your vote for the Johnny Walker experience.
Oh, is that Rob Taylor right there? Nice.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And then we've got some shout out for New England, specifically Vermont beers. This is our friend Jerry, who always pulls local brews from Vermont when he comes back.
Yeah, it's good too.
Eddie Topper or Focal Banger.
Focal Banger, I think, is the double. It's like an 11% stout from up there, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and it will ruin your night.
That'll put hair on your chest.
Yeah, no kidding.
I'm much more of a whiskey gal myself. I love all whiskeys. I always have.
Do you like Japanese whiskeys?
That's my fave.
Yes. Go-to.
Suntory?
Suntory.
That's
Yeah.
ours. That's our go-to too.
Yeah, Suntory Toki. We always pick up a bottle when we can find it because it's like a nice middle of the road, super smooth whiskey.
Yeah.
Hakushu is really good, but it's a bit heavy on the wallet. I like Japanese whiskey because it tastes just like Scotch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so true. Have you ever had Glenfiddich?
Yes.
That's one of my favorites too. And Glenlivet is another one that's really wonderful. And then back to Kentucky, the Wild Turkey. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
The 101 proof?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So good.
That's funny. Isn't Wild Turkey kind of a low-grade whiskey?
I don't know, but I love it.
I wouldn't say it's grade. Like, I've never seen a bar that has it as like their well whiskey. I would call it middle of the pack, probably. It's not considered a high-end whiskey, but it packs, dollar for dollar, it packs a good punch because it's not too expensive. And if you get the 101 proof, you don't need that much.
That's so true.
true.
Speaking of not needing much, is this your second beer you're still on? Yes.
This is second. Yep.
Nice.
Got 4 in the belt.
I like that it's a 6-pack.
I feel like I feel like I can imagine you at a poolside, shirtless in the summertime with that holster of beer.
Is that 2 down? Did you just throw another one? Woo, Luke!
Oh, here's my little tab shout out.
Oh yes, please.
Yes, this is awesome, everybody. Listen up.
It's for my grandma Sandy. I can get it in the camera. She's really active with the Ronald McDonald Foundation. And apparently one of their quirky little fundraisers is putting tabs in these little cardboard houses. I thought that was quite unique. But the proposition was really funny because one day, just out of the blue, she was like, Luke, do you and your friends like to drink soda? I was like, that's a oddly specific question, Grandma Sandy. And she, well, the houses, we need pop tabs for them. And I was like, oh, I got you.
I got you.
You're like, oh, I drink soda. Plenty of soda for that.
So here we are.
That's amazing. So,
Drinking soda for Sandy.
That means technically this 6-pack is a write-off. I'm just saying.
That's
yeah.
true, and for the greater good.
Yes.
I feel like I remember putting pop tabs in those cardboard houses even back in the 90s.
I remember collecting pop tabs, but mine were always just in a plastic Ziploc. I don't know.
I was rich, so.
Well, so there you go.
Yeah.
That's the class disparity we all talk about.
Speaking of class disparity.
Ooh, I am so excited because while you are crushing that 6-pack, I have a trivia for y'all in a game that we like to call
Trivia Smackdown!
Trivia Smackdown.
I already said it.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, speaking of class disparity is a segue that everyone should use for any condition.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Works for everything.
All right, I have 15 questions, and while Luke is crashing. He's crushing the last 4 beers. I do have to tell you a funny story. My awesome mother, who is hilarious, texted us today and said, question, is the guy on your show going to drink 6 beers, or is he going to put 6 cans together and crush them all at once? And I thought that was pretty priceless.
And we said possibly both.
Yeah, exactly. So, as you're crushing the beers, Dan, Luke, I've got some pub trivia for you. Some's easy, some's hard, some's the way it should be.
Are we on a team?
You're on a team. If you can get all 15 of these correctly, I will commend you both.
And by the way, Luke, you're kind of a trivia guy, right?
I am. That's true. I would often sneak into the trivias on the boats, which were technically just for passengers.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
I totally remember you being in the back.
So much. So I was like, let me get in on that.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot. I think you hit like all but one on one that you put a fake little ballot in.
Yeah, I did. The question I got wrong was who is the author of what was that book?
Little House on the Prairie?
No, it wasn't Little House on the Prairie.
No.
It was the one in it's based in like the Vatican and Rome.
Oh, the Da Vinci Code?
That was the one. Yeah. Who's the author of the Da Vinci Code? And I guessed Tom Hanks because he's in the movie.
You know what? In so many ways.
He was.
Have you ever seen Tom Hanks and Dan Brown in the same room?
Whoa. That's a lot to ask.
That's suspicious.
Uh-huh.
All right, here comes your first question, boys. Number 1, what famous boxer stated that he should be a postage stamp because that's the only way he would ever get licked?
Is that like a specific quote about this boxer?
That's what he said.
Is it Muhammad Ali?
It is!
Gotta be, yeah.
Well done.
I'm glad you're here because I would have said the George Foreman grill.
Not the man, the grill.
Right.
Okay. That's nice. You guys are one
Let's call
nothing.
it. Let's just call it.
You guys are winners. And not only that, Dan, but he's crushing a 6-pack while he does it.
Is this the? Oh, did you just crack another one?
No.
Oh.
That would have been remarkably
Can I just say I love that your only adjective for drinking beer seems to be crush.
Yeah.
Well, how else do you say it? Drank? I drank a beer.
Guzzle, polish off.
I polished off a pub.
Imbibe, enjoy.
Enjoy.
Luke?
Refresh.
Have.
Have
is a good one.
Chug.
Chug.
Imbibe.
You want imbibe? We'll go with imbibe.
Imbibe is good.
All right.
Well, while you're imbibing, what is the national fruit of the United States?
Doesn't it have to be apples?
It's got to be apple.
It's got to be apple.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
I am so sorry.
What? I bet Florida's like the biggest orange producer globally or something like that.
It is.
It's got to be.
That is okay.
That's un-American.
That's a trick question, though, because you go to Georgia, and then it's peaches.
Right.
You go to Hawaii, it's obviously pineapple.
And Don McLean didn't sing Bye-Bye, Miss Orange Juice.
That's true.
Oh, I guess he didn't sing anything about apples either.
No.
I think the official fruit of Kansas is just wheat.
Yeah, well, it's just gluten.
And the official fruit of Ohio is Buckeyes.
Oh, yeah, obviously. It's
Oh,
so sad. Such like an elite college football program.
Yes.
It's just like a tree with nuts. Like,
Is that their actual mascot too?
the Ohio State Buckeyes, yeah.
I just, the only reason I knew what a Buckeye, the word was because of Ohio.
And
Exactly.
the candy, you said.
And the candy, but I knew Ohio before the candy, and I figured the candy was based on the football players or something.
Mm. Ooh, Carrie gives us another one. Guzzle. Guzzle a beer. That's
Guzzle's
a good one. Guzzle, good one, good one.
Ooh,
All right.
that's a good one.
Delicious.
That 16-year chef.
The state bird of Iowa is a fly, says Steve. All right, boys. What do cockroaches do every 15 minutes?
I feel like
Without exception, by the way.
they mate or something, right? Or am I just thinking wishfully?
You're
No.
wishing that they do that every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Without exception, they would have to have a mate in the vicinity to do it every 15 minutes.
Bruce's guess is that they down a beer every 15 minutes.
Hell yeah. I got to do it in faster than that.
Yeah, faster than you can beat the roaches.
Yes.
All
All right, cockroaches every 15 minutes do this.
like on the 15 minutes?
Urinate?
just-
Approximately, but
Poop. It's gotta be poop.
I was going to say urinate or defecate. Yeah.
Yeah.
you're very, very close.
Vomit.
Flatulence.
Flatulence is
Is it?
correct!
Oh,
Yeah, Luke. Well done.
wow, that's crazy.
Isn't it? Yep. What's even crazier is how long I spent on making the slide with the cockroach. And
Did you build that?
I did.
I'm so proud of you.
Thanks.
For 4.
That associate's degree in business is coming in handy. Number 4, ladies and gentlemen.
Number 4. Luke, tell everyone how you're feeling.
Pretty good.
All
right.
Are you? I feel like I would be bloated at this stage of the experience.
Not yet, luckily.
Good for you.
I do feel like you were talking faster at the beginning of the stream.
You know,
Maybe. Probably.
my favorite out of context comment of the stream is this one.
Good guess, though. You technically guessed that.
Yes, I did.
All right, I got another challenging question. Mark Chapman, who murdered John Lennon, read what book while he was sitting there waiting to be arrested?
Is that any relation to Mike Chapman?
Likely.
I wish. Wouldn't that be funny?
Boy, I feel like it's going to be something about Marxism, but I think that's only because Lenin is a different Lenin.
No, this is John Lennon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's oddly specific.
What? That was in the 80s, right?
It was.
1980.
So you can probably...
Any slight hints?
The Da Vinci Code.
Ha! Written by Tom Hanks.
Yes! Tom Hanks killed Lenin!
I knew it.
Oh, that's such a good guess.
Wait. She said.
The answer is...
I feel like we didn't get to actually make a guess.
Oh, well, you guessed the Da Vinci Code. It is The Catcher in the Rye.
Oh, okay. I was about to guess like To Kill a Mockingbird or something.
I
Would've been a good
actually
guess.
remember that from somewhere in the annals of my mind because
In the what's of your mind,
in
Dan?
the annals of my mind.
That's not what you said.
somewhere in the deep, deep annals of my mind, I remember that information bouncing around because I think that's why people thought it was like a dangerous book for boys.
Somewhere in my mind's colon.
Yeah, somewhere deep in the duodenum of my medulla oblongata.
Which one is the one crushing the beers here?
I'm you know what though? Teammates share a buzz.
They do.
Yeah.
It's common knowledge.
It's kind of like how ladies, their cycles will like sync up with each other.
Yeah.
Ah.
And it's like brewskis.
That's basically what the movie E.T. is about.
Oh, I never got that.
Yeah.
That's why
Elliot
E.T. has
and
that.
E.T. shared a cycle.
And E.T. has a huge, huge beer belly.
I didn't think you were gonna.
For your next question.
I was like, I gotta see that director's cut.
What is the only...
Or director's uncut, because he's probably...
Oh, God. Poor
Okay,
E.T.
I'm sorry.
What is the only vowel on a standard computer keyboard that is not in the top line of letters?
A.
That's
It
correct.
is A. Yeah, it's A.
That was so fast.
Yeah.
Woo! Good job.
I
That
only
was so fast.
in the middle line, so I was like,
Yeah, me too, because I went Shift A, and I was like, that's right in the middle, all the way on the left, ain't it? Oh, I also have a computer screen in front of me, and I didn't even look at it.
You didn't. I promise he didn't. Didn't tell you not to, but you didn't do it either.
I did not even look at it.
All right. Alcohol is a word derived from which language?
Ooh.
You guys can find out.
Let's see.
I won't say yes or no until you have your final answer.
Alcohol. That's got to be like
Latin?
That's what I was gonna say. Is Greek or Latin?
Gotcha.
And I feel like let's go with Latin.
All right, Latin is a safe bet.
And I will ask, is that your final answer?
Yes.
Yeah.
The correct answer is Arabic.
Oh.
That was literally my 9th guess.
I didn't think you'd get that right unless one of you just so happened to know it from like another random trivia. But
No.
crazy, right?
Where were you on that one, Luke?
My bad.
You're the Arabic specialist.
I'm pretty sure alcohol is illegal in Saudi Arabia, so.
Also true.
Oh, interesting.
And so is being gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
A lot of things are illegal in Saudi Arabia.
Which is too bad because gay bars are always a blast.
Yeah, and
They
when you mix
are.
them with alcohol, whew, they don't know what they're
Best.
missing.
That's true. All right. You're going to get this one. Which R-rated movie, I forgot to put the word movie in there, but which R-rated movie was the first to surpass $1 billion at the global box office?
My first thought is Passion of the Christ. But 1 billion seems more recent than that, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was R-rated.
Yes.
It was very surprising to me.
Mm.
1 billion must be recent.
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
No, it's got to be more recent. It's got to be like in the last handful of years, I think.
True, because even if the Rocky Horror Picture Show sold out.
Well, because I remember even semi recently, they keep breaking box office records, and they were in 300 million, 500 million. So that was in the last.
Mm.
Rob of Wonder thinks he knows.
R-rated.
Is it like
Is it Deadpool?
Oh, it's got to be Deadpool. That's a great. Yeah.
Maybe. I could tell from her reaction that we're wrong.
Ryan,
I'm just sitting here. I'm just sitting here smiling, looking at the comments of our wonderful viewers.
What do you think?
I think Deadpool. Let's
Okay,
go.
we're
right.
going Deadpool.
Is that your final answer?
I guess so.
All right. It was Joker.
Oh.
Isn't that crazy?
No, it's Deadpool adjacent though.
It is Deadpool adjacent. I think I give you guys half a point
And we're rounding up.
in the right genre.
Woo!
Luke, which beer is that?
This is still 4, but I'm almost done.
Oh, I'm so proud of you.
7:49.
You're gonna
here
make
in
it.
Central.
I feel you. I feel you. You're gonna make
There it
it.
goes.
Y'all cheer Luke on
Wow.
because he he's going to do it.
What a machine.
Woo! 2 more.
I like to imagine that where you're throwing those cans of beer is just like a huge, cartoonishly large pile of other beer cans.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'm not moving the camera. I don't need to.
Yeah.
Just a big cartoon
Every
stack.
other space outside of frame is just overrun with beer cans.
I
I love that.
actually had to clean all the beer cans off my couch.
Whoosh. That's good.
I'm honored you would do that.
Aw. All right, boys. Which sense has the closest link to memory?
We both know this one.
Smell.
Yep, smell.
Final answer?
Yep.
You are correct.
Pizza.
Ah,
Dude,
yes.
she is snorting a hurricane of cocaine.
No, she's smelling the pizza that her mother is cooking in the other room and dreaming about how good it will be.
This picture concerns me.
But you got it right. Good job, guys.
What'd you say?
And I know it's true because every time I smell like a certain perfume, I'll be reminded of an ex from like 10 years ago.
That's what it is for me too. I mean, it is. It's like someone that you were really close to, and you smell something, and you're like, Alex. And then you go, I'm glad that's over.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank God I got rid of her.
Who wants to revisit those memories?
With my dad, it was always crushed ice because
The smell of crushed ice?
Nah, just crushed ice in general. Every single time he would go to the fountain and get crushed ice, he'd sit down with me and my mom, and he would go, Jolene Watsack, because her dad, I guess, invented crushed ice. So there you go.
I've been sleeping on these comments, y'all. I'm very sorry about that.
Just don't stand up too fast is good advice, Luke. All right, this next question is less of a trivia question and more of a puzzle.
Okay.
What has a bottom at the top?
An upside down nudist.
A bottle of ketchup.
Why upside down?
Because his bottom would be up top. But
What has a bottom at the top?
oh, she didn't like that one. I'm so sorry, Erinn Dan. Color me embarrassed.
Oh.
That wasn't it. That wasn't the answer.
Are you guessing again?
That wasn't a guess.
Oh, you did the no thing. I didn't even touch anything.
Honestly, I'm sorry you had to see this. Luke, this is the worst episode of this show in the history of the show.
No, it's fine.
I think it's best.
What is the answer? The answer is your legs. They have a bottom at the top.
Okay, so you didn't laugh because I was almost exactly right.
I give you another half a point, and with the other half a point, you're doing well.
Luke, check in. Are you breathing? How's it going over there?
All right, he's breathing.
Good.
Whoa!
Woo!
Background effects? That's cool.
What are
You
you
just
talking
did
about?
that.
We don't see that.
All right, let's keep him distracted with this next question. What common vegetable is also known as a courgette?
Courgette.
Oh, a courgette.
I have an unfair advantage here.
It's a cucumber.
Close.
That is not
Oh.
correct.
It's a zucchini.
Yeah!
Oh.
Woo! Why do you have an unfair advantage, zucchini man?
Comes back to my dual citizenship, actually.
That's what they call it in the UK.
In British English, a zucchini is called a courgette. So in American English, we use the Italian word, which is zucchini. But in British English, fun fact, they say courgette, which is the French word.
And they both feel the same.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah. I mean, me too. I've heard it. I don't know. I've never even been to Saudi Arabia.
I'm very impressed you knew that, and I'm very impressed about the backstory. All right, what is Sheldon Cooper's favorite
God.
number in The Big Bang Theory?
I should have watched more of that show.
If you don't know this, we can phone a friend because I think my dad might be watching the other room and he's a huge fan of this show.
Audience, if you know it, you can put it in. You can also put in fake numbers, and then they'll have to guess which one is the real one.
Do you know?
We are looking for the favorite number of Sheldon Cooper in The Big Bang Theory.
My brain wants to say 42, but that's from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
So
Bruce says 6. I love that number.
All right.
She tensed up and stopped drinking her water as soon as that 6
I
came
literally just put the water bottle down.
Do we trust Bruce?
Let's go with Bruce.
All right, we're gonna go with 6.
Bruce.
All right, show me 6. The answer is 73.
Damn it, Bruce.
Never would guess that ever.
Is it because it's a prime number that when the numbers combine, they add up to 10, which is a nice number? It's got to have something,
It has to.
right?
Prime number?
For sure.
Gotta be right. 73.
For sure.
All right, Dan, Luke, we're gonna crush this last beer and the name, or the last 3 or 4 trivia questions. I can't remember what number we're on.
Great.
What is the only letter that is not included on any of the 50 U.S. state names?
Q. Right?
That is correct.
Yes, sir. Got it right away.
Woo!
Geography nerd for the win.
Coming in clutch. Geography and boxing. Those are your categories.
Right?
So far.
Good job.
Oh.
More beers in, the faster your reflexes. What is the hardest substance in the human body?
Enamel?
Oh.
What? That was so fast. I'm so impressed.
I was gonna make a dick joke.
I was literally expecting one of you to do that. I even said it in a way that I thought you would make it. And then Dan goes, enamel.
Why'd
Well,
you
I'm
say
married.
it like that? You mock me
That's
because I'm
exactly
correct.
what he said.
You are such.
What is a group of ravens
Whoa,
called?
hold on.
Is it a murder? It's a murder.
No, because that's crows.
Murders are crows. Ravens are like crows, right?
I know, but the ornithologist.
Listen to what Luke just said.
Okay, yes.
No. I'm sorry. I think I mishinted. Forgive me. I'm bad at giving hints.
An assassin. It's. Why did you say listen to what Luke says?
I don't know.
She gives clues that are the most misleading things.
That's why I said forget what I said.
An attempted murder.
Ooh.
All right. A group of ravens. They're not a congress.
A congress is baboons.
What is your final answer? An attempted murder?
I think it's
Murder in the second degree.
That's it. It's a manslaughter. A slaughter.
Oh, I thought that was right, but it wasn't.
Wait, what you did? What is it?
It's an unkindness.
That's not even close.
I literally, when he said a murder, I was thinking that people who murder are usually unkind. And so I said, and when he said they're close, I was like, yes, you got it, buddy.
Did you ever watch The Office, Luke?
Oh, it definitely, yes.
Do you remember Steve Carell's mnemonic devices that made no sense to anybody else?
Yeah.
That's what that is.
I do it. I do it a lot. All right, I have one final question, and this one's probably the most difficult question of the night.
All right.
Who is
this beer number 5 or 6?
Oh, yeah.
I'm about to finish number 5. Hold on.
Oh,
Okay, do
finish
it.
this first, and then I'll pull up the last question.
This is intense. I'm impressed with you.
I'm so impressed with you.
You got to put this on your resume.
Woo!
All right.
And for our
Oof.
final question, as Luke cracks the beer, who is the coolest bartender in the United States?
Muhammad Ali. Luke, do you have any idea on this one?
I don't think Muhammad Ali ever bartended.
That's a compelling argument.
It might be that bartender that I saw in Key West. He was so cool. Or is it me?
Let's see. It is Luke
Oh,
Oleson.
with the Bloody Mary.
That's right, Luke Oleson. And if the calculations are correct, you all have a perfect score and you have won the game together. Give yourselves a big old beer pat on the back. Good job, you guys.
I remember we got all those questions right. Remember we were both like an unkindness.
Yeah, we were like unkindness. Yeah, for sure.
Yep. And some other incorrect answers.
73, 6, all that stuff. Woo, look at him go.
Luke, while you finish off this beer, is there anything, we always like to ask our guests for a little bit of heartfelt information or thought that might ease some trouble around. What's on your heart right now? What's on your mind lately?
Kids in the back seat can make accidents, but accidents in the back seat can make kids.
You know what? That is so true.
I would expect nothing else on this last 6-pack of beer. I am so impressed with you right now. It is finish time on the dot, and if you make it in the next 30 seconds.
30 seconds?
30 seconds.
We're gonna roll credit as
1,
soon as you do this.
2, 3. I have not heard you belch once.
Oh, I have.
Oh.
That was a small.
That was tiny.
I can hear the foam catching in the throat. I know that feeling.
There he goes.
There he goes. Look at that. Woo! With the shake and dribble. 6 beers in 30 minutes.
Luke, you are a winner. I am so impressed with you. Not only did you have the beer belt, but you crushed it.
Way to represent your people.
Yes. Way to rep. It was so fun seeing you again. It was so fun to hang out with you, and congratulations on accomplishing this task.
Oh, here come the belches. All right.
That'll be the gift that keeps on giving for you tonight.
Yes.
Well, it's been a blast. I've loved it.
Us too. And we will see you soon, we hope. And we'll see all of you real soon on another episode of Erinn and Dan, but it's live.
Oh, is that supposed to be my cue to sign off?
Well, I think so. It's 9:02.
Well, it's just that I usually have to duck down the music nice and slowly so that the smooth transition while we say our final thoughts, and people don't really notice, but it's gotten quiet and gentle, and then there's an absence of silence, and then we say something really quippy like Muhammad Ali.
Hey!
Roll credit.